I'm just going live here to, I don't know, just run this in case anybody pops in. I'll probably delete it later. I'm just working on this, my Maleficent. It's not very exciting. It's just really quiet here today, so I thought I might as well have this running while I was doing this, and if anybody showed up, I could say hi. Excuse me. This is hard to get lined up correctly. I should take it off the doll, but why make my life easier? It is a very gloomy day here in my location. I really need to buy some beeswax thread. I mean beeswax for thread so that I can stop tangling up. I spend more time untangling stitches. There you go. And by stitches, I mean the thread. There's many things wrong with this. Okay, so there's many things wrong with this outfit that I've made. This was for the, I'm going to probably repeat myself a few times so people can see that I'm talking. But this is, I was supposed to have this finished yesterday, but is it yesterday? Yeah. But it didn't happen, so I'm trying to finish it up now. Today was a rough week around here. I mean, this week was really rough, so I had a lot of things that were taking in real life that allowed me, that kept me from crafting. So I'm gonna give myself a crick in the neck if I keep doing this. Yeah, so I had some miscalculations on this outfit. I'd actually like to redo this whole outfit. I mean, keep it mostly the same, but for example, when I went to the fabric store earlier this week, I forgot to buy purple lining fabric. So, so I would really like to redo this dress and get purple lining fabric in there. So there's that. And I should have bought some thread that matched this. I should have bought some thread that matched this trim better. Also, I miscalculated because I thought I was going to have a back opening. And instead of a front opening, so I made the back too large to allow for the closure. So I had to adjust the back. And it's really, really not professionally done. I took it in very loosey-goosey. And so if you saw the back seams, you would be horrified. Yeah, once I get this, I think I could probably take this off of her now and do this. I don't know. It seems like it might be easier to do this on her just so I can see how it's laying. But I will take it off when I do the second stitch seam up. And I should have lined the, done the trim on her sleeves, both front and back, but I didn't. As far as like, I mean, inside and outside of the sleeve opening, I didn't do that. So I feel like this is a really good prototype of a dress. Like the things that I wanted to try worked out, like the gores and stuff. The shape of the dress is exactly how I wanted it, but the finishing work and the construction is not perfect. So then, you know, Miss Maleficent, she's my favorite, and she's my favorite Disney character, actually. Even I didn't see the new movies, so I don't know if that would change my opinion. And no, I just liked her from Sleeping Beauty. I can't even tell you how many times I've probably watched Sleeping Beauty. So I also don't like this trim. It's a velvet, like a faux velvety ribbon thing. And I don't know how to work with it very well. So that's a me problem, not a velvet problem. I think I need to try to stick a pin in here because this is not working out. I'm trying to catch, you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to enclose the edge of this, of her dress with both the, yeah, this is why I didn't do it, because right around here it's so bulky. Let's see if I can close it over here. Or just up top. As I messed up making the, joining the, I messed up, yeah, that's not gonna work. I messed up joining the collar to the, I didn't mess it up, it's on there, okay, but it's just not as on there like as neatly as I would like. I keep trying to do the technique where you sew the ends of the collar or the waistband and then you fold it over, and I always mess up how it joins to the waist, to the skirt, or the to the neckline, and so I'm trying to hide that with this on both sides. You see, I'm trying to put this trim on. I'm trying to enclose the edge so that you can't see the black. I don't want it to, I'm trying to enclose the sandwich of ribbon and black fabric, because I don't want the black fabric to be showing. So it's okay. I'm just trying to like, so if I catch some of the black collar fabric and stuff, that's fine. But if I don't, it's okay too, because I'm going to attach it. I'm going to sew down the back side of the ribbon too. And that should keep it in place. But let's see if I can see. There we go. I have to get in a little closer for this. Yep. So that's it. I'm just gonna, gosh darn it, come on now. See, you didn't even, it's really coming off now. I just feel like I'm making this project way harder on myself than it should have been. The good news is that I got my grandmother's sewing machine up and running. So if I do remake this, the construction will be a lot faster with all the straight seams. And I do kind of want to remake. I think she deserves a really nice gown. But I'm going to finish this one to A, complete the challenge, and B, because it's been a good learning experience, and C, I don't know when I'm actually going to get to redoing this, so I don't want her naked, because I bought this doll naked, and I used, and she did not have her Disney outfit on, so there's nothing for her to wear in the meantime. Yeah, this, I'm not very good with this ribbon. I should have used I bought two kinds of ribbon, but um, I thought this velvety one would be more luxurious for her. But I don't have the touch for working with it so that it looks good yet. Yeah, I think I pull it too tight and too loose and it gets all lumpy, and um, I'm not good enough with the sewing machine yet to have, so first of all, I didn't want to have to take off I have black thread on there right now, and I didn't, I'm lazy and intimidated, and I didn't want to take off the spool and then rewind a bobbin with this thread, this more purpley thread, to do all this stitching, so I'm doing it by hand. This probably could be done already. And the other thing is I'm having a hard time keeping it in line, keeping it, making straight seams and keeping everything for delicate work like this, where I would be doing delicate edge work. I'm not proficient yet enough on the sewing machine. I literally just started playing with it last night. So yeah, so, oh no, more thread tangles. I think I might have had just as many problems, if not more, if I was using the machine in this, until I get better at it. I know I was having some problems like keeping my stitches lines even, and my tensioning was up and down all over the place, and I would keep forgetting to put the foot down before I'd start sewing, and then yeah. So hopefully I want to make some more just simple outfits and stuff, and then, you know, once I'm better at it, then maybe I can tackle this again with the sewing machine. I'd also like to find some, like I said, I would like to line this dress. I need to redo the back pattern for the back pieces. But the concept of how I constructed it with the medieval type rectangular clothing and then adding gores for the fullness, perfect. It worked out perfectly, just like I hoped. I could actually, even with the gores, I could have done those alternating colors, or oh man, yeah, this, I'm not happy with this ribbon. Again, I don't think it's the ribbon's fault. I think it's my fault. This trim. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to do it. And this is taking, so once I get this off the collar area, I'll probably take the gown off, because I want to stitch this going all the way down the front on both sides, and then around the, and then I want to also do the hem of the dress. So it's going to go all the way down. So when I get to that point, I will probably take it off the doll, and then I will do do the same for the other side, and then I will do the bottom last. So there must be an easier way to do this than how I'm doing it. I mean, there is an easier way. Take it off the doll. Use the sewing machine. But yeah, I am so thrilled to have this machine working, you guys. I do think it needs to be cleaned and oiled, but that means that I don't have access to it for like it. Okay, so literally this thing hasn't been started in I don't even know how many years, that sewing machine. And the fact that it even works is a freaking miracle. I mean, I've sewed a bunch of stuff with it. I've sewed a bunch of stitches. I've already been, so it's just fine pretty much, but it's dirty, and I mean, I can't even believe it. This thing has been sitting since I got it from my grandmother in 2014 before she passed. And oh no, I went too far down and didn't connect this. Shoot, I'm gonna have to backstitch up. And then I didn't start it, I didn't use it. So what, how many years ago was that? It's 2021, so 7 years it's been sitting in my house not being touched. And she passed in 2015. She kept saying, have you used the machine yet? Have you misused it? Have you missed? And I hadn't used it, so which made me feel bad. I should have used it, but I was doing more knitting back then. And I just didn't have the time. My needle came unthreaded. So, and I don't even know how long it had been sitting before that. The machine is from 1973, it says in the instruction manual that I found for it online. So I don't know how long it had been since she had last used it. She wasn't very, oh Lord, this is still not working right. Yeah, so I mean, I don't even know when the last time she used it was. So it's just a freaking miracle that it still works. I should have ripped back on this. I should have unpicked these stitches here, and this is going to be very not neat. Shoot. But again, I just want to get this done at this point. And I'm trying, I could have whip stitched it. It would have probably been way faster, but I didn't, again, I don't know. I didn't want the thread. The thread wasn't a perfect match, so if I had whip stitched, I could have maybe done some kind of decorative whip stitch if I had matching thread or something that would have looked cool for an edge stitch, but alas. So we'll just keep messing around with it like this. Spending the entire day doing this, which is ridiculous, but it is what it is. Where's my clamp? Where is my clampy clamp? Here it is. Clampy clamp. Oh shoot, I think I cut that too small, too short. Or it just wrote up because I have, yeah. The other thing I don't like about this this ribbon is when you cut it, it does not stay nice. It's totally, what I really should have done on this is I should have glued it. That's what I really should have done. I should have just freaking got my hot glue gun out and glued this trim on. That would have really been the smartest thing to do. However, I have this aversion to gluing fabric, which is silly. I mean, it wouldn't have come off or anything. I guess that's why I don't like it. It seems like it wouldn't be very stable. Oh my gosh, my stitches here are just so awful. Oh boy. And the knotting keeps happening. Come on. I should have just glued this. That would have like kept the ribbon from being so it would have kept the ribbon flatter probably. It would have made it so puckery. Yeah, so in hindsight is 2020. I should have just glued this bad boy on here. It's all right. Every time I pull the thread now, it tangles. No bueno, people. My whole life is spent Untangling thread or yarn. Yeah, I could have done like a blanket stitch around, like a whip stitch blanket stitch or something around the edge. That probably would have been better. Gluing this would have been better. Different ribbon would have been better. But again, the proof of concept of this outfit, I feel like I'm like super happy about. I'd like to make a lot more fantasy or medieval dolls. So I am excited that this design actually could work. Or does work. It just needs refining. I was finding it very hard last night. I was trying to sew some narrow hems with the machine, and I was having difficulty with that. A lot of it was that I just couldn't get the presser fit to sit on there right so that it would like feed, and if it, I don't know, it was just, I think I'm going to assume most of it was operator error problems and not the machine, but it could have been part of the machine, partly the machine. But yeah, I know a lot of it was me. I had a heck of a time trying to figure out how to load the bobbin because you load the bobbin while it's just like it's a top loading bobbin, and you don't take it out to wind it. You wind it right in the machine. So I had a really hard time figuring that out because all the modern, this is an older machine, it's, like I said, 1973. But whenever I watched videos on bobbin winding and stuff, it was always on like newer machines, and they always had the little thing up top where you do it, which like looked super easy. I guess the benefit of, uh-oh, that's not the right way. I just did a whip stitch. I just accidentally did a whip stitch, so I need to unthread this. Like if I had had some, whip stitching the edge with some really pretty like gold or silver metallic embroidery floss might have actually been a nice look on this. With the buttonhole stitch, or a blanket stitch, I mean. I'll have to keep that in mind. Trying to thread a needle. It doesn't look like my back or the room has been cleaned up at all, but the fact that I have a sewing machine right sitting right there, can you see it? That is a minor miracle in and of itself. I wonder if I put this. Nope, you still can't see it. It's like wondering if I had it up, you could see what I was doing, but let's get that little doll body out of there so I can close this up. Yeah, it's still not. Anyway, so yeah, this edge is so, it would have, yeah, I should have done it. See, what a shouldas. The shoulds and the woodses. The woodses and the shouldses. I wonder if I should watch the Angelina. I love Angelina Jolie. I wonder if I would like the Maleficent movies. I just find it very hard to. I just love the original Sleeping Beauty Maleficent so much. I don't know that I would want to see a different version of her, even though I really like Angelina. I feel like Maleficent should have a wardrobe of beautiful black dresses, maybe some purples. Maybe I'll have to sew more for her. This doll isn't in the best shape. She's she's got some staining, and her joints are loose. But I still think she's really cool. Why is this edge not? Crikey. This edge isn't sealed. I must have. I'm gonna have to backstitch again. Oh, this kind of thing just really upsets me that I'm doing this because it's not well. It's not well sewn. Let's put it that way. And I want things to look well sewn. I want things to look like. I mean, this is just for me, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not selling this outfit or this doll, but still. But I also have to remember to be kind to myself because I've literally only been sewing for like regularly for the last year or so. Last year. I think it's been a year since I've started actually sewing doll clothes. Maybe a little bit longer, but that, not very frequently until now. Like I'm making a lot more things now. So I need to remember to give myself grace. I'm still an apprentice sewer. Oh, yet another knot. Oops. There we go. I would have less knots if I use shorter thread. But, so look, I'd like to make some Christmas angels and stuff. I like angels. I don't really like dealing with wings, but, and Christmas, like adding this kind of thing to a Christmas outfit or a Santa thing, or I guess this is good practice, good experience if I ever want to do something like that. Oh, yeah, I definitely hate the way this thread, I didn't leave myself enough, darn it. We're just not going to look closely at these stitches, okay? Shh, don't tell anybody how bad this is. should warm up the glue gun and just give up. Another thing I could have done is I could have just like measured this out and then just folded down, sewn the one side together and then tacked it. I don't know. I mean, there's so many other ways I could have done this so that it wouldn't have been so difficult and time consuming. Really silly. Come, come, Prince Philip, why so melancholy? I really enjoyed seeing everybody else's Maleficent stuff. I didn't know there were so many different Maleficent collector dolls out there, or Disney dolls out there. Some really pretty ones. Also, when I was doing my search for her outfits and stuff, I saw a lot of cool Maleficent things that weren't dolls or were ornaments or dolls that people didn't have. And yeah, really cool. I used to be obsessed with Disney, as a lot of girls are. Sleeping Beauty and Beauty and the Beast are my favorites. Oh yeah, I really could have done something differently on this to make this so much easier on myself. I'm getting down to the base of the opening now. And I've been streaming for how long? No, just a half hour. It's not so bad, but you know, maybe if I knew how to use my machine, I would have been already done with this. Or glue. If I had glued it, we would be done already. I hear you. I tried pinning this to hold it in place, which also would have made this go faster, but the pinning ended up just the pinning just ended up making this really bulky and uneven because of this stupid ribbon. Oh, somebody's here. Who's here? Oh, hi guys. Thank you, Marna. I'm just trying to finish up my Maleficent. Hi, Jay. Yeah, I know. I was like, if I could have had some of that liquid stitches that you've been using, Marna, that would have been better. But I just have like E6000 and hot glue, and I don't know, or tacky glue, I suppose. Okay, let me show you. So I'm trying to add the ribbon to the inside and then the outside of the dress, and the ribbon will go straight down on both sides, down the front. I am really happy with the construction in general of this dress, but what I'm not happy is that I should have bought purple lining fabric. Thank you. And I originally wanted it to close in the back, but then I realized that would involve putting some kind of, you know, Velcro up the collar, which I didn't want to deal with. So I switched it so that it was an opening in the front, which meant that I had to take in the back. So luckily you can't see how awful my alteration is here. I just did some really, anyway. But see the oh yeah, but my the gores that I put in and everything was, the concept of this outfit is right. So I would actually like to make her like another one at some point, where I actually have the back fitted and I have the purple lining. So I'm gonna drop this down on either side of the front center seam, and then I'm gonna edge the bottom. And I'm gonna have to figure out either some kind of a shirt underneath it or a clasp at the neck or something, and I'll have to fold it. So I'm like excited about it as far as like, oh, and I should have done the ribbon along the inside here too, like I'm doing here, to encase, because you can see the little pink, or purple stitches, and I hate that, but I'm not about to do that over. So I'm actually, so like overall, I'm actually really happy with this dress. I'm just not happy with how I executed it. So, but as far as like, but I think like I could make a really good one. Sexy Disney character. Oh, yes, I have to close it up. She can't be. I mean, I could have one of those, where you put the glue right here. The ladies do, where they put the boob glue right here, like a J-Lo, I could do that. I'm gonna give her some kind of shirt. I had an undergarment on her on the shirt. So I made just some anti-staining undergarments. And I took the shirt off because it was too bulky under here. So I was thinking if I leave this on her, I'll probably just wrap her in saran wrap underneath and then make her a black top too. So she's not so sexy. But look, you guys, I don't know if you can look. See? I actually did some of the stitching on that machine. I did the hem. I'm not very good with the machine yet. I keep screwing up, and I don't know if it's probably a combination of it being old and needing some servicing and me not knowing how to use it. Thanks, Marna. I'll see you later. Yum yum pizza. Yeah, so yes. I'm so excited about that sewing machine. So yeah, I did. And it was actually kind of like I found the bye Marna, I'll see you later. And thanks for checking on me. I'm feeling a little better now. I actually downloaded the manual. The machine is from 1973, it looks like, in the manual. And I was able to find it online as a PDF, and I was able to use that, which was good and helpful because I had a heck of a time figuring out how to get the bobbin wound. Because you do it inside the machine. You don't take it out. You can leave it in you can leave it in the top loader. And so I had a lot of trouble figuring it out. But I did, and I'm having a hard time like figuring out the tension and like how to, I don't know. I keep forgetting stupid things like putting the foot down when I start a stitch. So then I like have a bird's nest of thread under there, or sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if it needs to be cleaned and oiled probably, and I mess up. Oh, my sewing machine type. Yeah, well, so it's handy. So like if you run out of thread while you're sewing, you don't need to take the bobbin out or anything. You just open up the case, and then you just slide. No, did I just do this wrong? Yes, I did. I keep trying to forgive myself because I'm such a new sewer, right? Like, I mean, I've only been really sewing for I've messed with sewing, but I've only been really sewing for like a year. So I haven't touched the machine since I was 12. But yeah, it's cool because I saw that machine was like made in this thing that said 73, that was the year my sister was born, and so she's 2 years younger than me. So the machine is 48 years old. And I don't remember the last time, I don't know when the last time she ran it was. Because I got it from her in 2014, and she was almost 90 when she passed in 2015. So I don't even know the last time she used it. The fact that it even started, the light bulb isn't burnt out. And, but I'm so excited that it's working, and it doesn't seem like, okay, if I get it, I can't talk today. If I try to go get it serviced, it looks like it probably would only need a cleaning and an oiling, because everything seems to be working just fine. But yeah, I'm excited to do more dolls and more large size dresses for things like that AliExpress, those fakey, they're not fakey, the 30 cent, what are they called? The 1/3 scale. I have a 1/3 scale AliExpress doll that I was afraid to sew for because it would be, by hand, it would have taken forever. So yeah, I'd like to, of course, my Grail doll is a smart doll, but someday, not today. And then I'd like to sew, that would make things a lot easier sewing large. Before you guys popped on here, I was just mindlessly chatting to myself about all the ways that I made this project so difficult and how I should have done it so that it was easier. But yeah, and I had a surgical procedure with general anesthesia on Thursday or Wednesday? No, Thursday. My throat in my airway isn't right from that tube they stuck down there. So that's why I couldn't finish this thing in time. But yes, I love Maleficent. I think she's like just the coolest. My sister and I would wait for the bus stop, and we had her speeches memorized. You made a smart doll dress today? Is it a Christmas one? Yeah, I've never had, I don't think I've had general anesthesia like that where they put a tube down my throat, so it's pretty strange for me. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything about the procedure went well. I just have to wait for the report back to see what they found, and hopefully it will be nothing and the medicine will take care of it. So, yeah, so forgive me for the phlegminess. I was really hoarse yesterday. I was really surprised. I didn't know, because they didn't warn me about that as a side effect, but apparently that's extremely common. My throat was killing me. Oh, it was terrible. I Yeah, I know. I bet you're a champ, right? By now with surgeries and stuff. Do you get the sore throat and stuff too after the surgery with the anesthesia? Like, how common? That's pretty common, isn't it? Yeah, my surgery was nothing major, like a back surgery or anything. Obviously, I was home within a few hours and um, recovering at home. There's nothing. It wasn't. Hopefully, it's nothing. It's just. Hopefully, it was a therapeutic surgery. Hopefully, and nothing. Hopefully, they didn't find anything scary. So we'll see. I'm not expecting them to find anything scary. Um, yep. Everybody reacts so differently to anesthesia and stuff, don't they? It's crazy. Jay, do you have any tips for working with this? So this is like a velvet ribbon, and where I cut the end, it frays terribly, and if you try to put like fray check on it, it looks like garbage. So, do you have any tips on? Have you worked with this kind of ribbon before? Do you know how to use it correctly? Unlike me. Again, I should have just glued it. I should get to some of those liquid stitches that Marna uses on the mini-me's, the mini blides, because I think she just gets that at Walmart, so I could find some there, and then maybe that would help. I don't know why I'm just so afraid to use glue. I feel like you put a little glue on there. So I did fray check, but it just looks really, it just looks gross. Especially like, I don't know, I had a heck of a time doing here, and it's just all rigid and gross from the glue. All right, I'm taking her out of this outfit now because I'm reached the bottom of the opening, and I'm gonna sew it flat on her. Yeah, it's not easy to work with. I wanted, so I bought two different kinds of ribbon. I bought one that was just a polyester, you know, one of just these, and it's a little wider, but I thought because the fabric that I bought was just a Kona cotton, and it looked little pants, and it's matte, I thought that the shiny ribbon would not necessarily look good, so I went with and trim it once the glue dries. Okay. Yeah, so it is now time to go down the center. Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that. See, it's already looking cruddy here. Shoot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the Sexy Pilgrims. Do we have a date on that, Jay? What's the date on that? I don't know if I can do it. The satin ribbon I can melt. Okay. All right, now I should pin this into place. How am I going to do this? I really made this harder on myself than it needed to be. I'm going to blame the anesthesia for me not thinking straight. 16th of November? And you've already got yours done? Yeah, melt it carefully, that's for sure, huh? I don't like melting plastics. I have a lot of things I don't like, don't I? No, it's not long. I don't know if that's like 3 days, right? I wonder if I could crank something out. Hi, Lissa. I'm working on trying to finish my Maleficent outfit. Because I had a little bit of a minor surgery this week, so I got behind. It's for a classic lady. Oh, you're on December already? Is that Cindy Lou Who? Is that what, or wait, what are we doing in December? Nightmare Before Christmas? Cindy Lou? I can't keep track of them all. No, I don't have I wanted to buy one, and it got snatched out from underneath me. So, thanks, Lisa. I love Maleficent, as you know. She's my favorite. I was complaining to Jay that I had done this construction of this dress all wrong. That made my life really difficult. I could have been done with this already, but I had to do everything the extra hard way. Oh, that's okay. I feel like I could, I don't know. I have that one doll that's already in a shift, so maybe I could, and that gray 16th century skirt or 1600 skirt, so it's pilgrim-esque time, so maybe if I just do a different top and stuff, I could get something done. The Nightmare Before Christmas. So I was going to do that one. What's the date on that one, Jay? Lissa, are you going to do the Pilgrim challenge or the Nightmare Before Christmas challenge? Trying to thread this needle again, I'm sorry. I'm glad you guys popped by. It was very quiet in my house today, so that's why I have my feed, my live running, just in case anybody wanted to chat, because it's just so quiet here. December 16th. Okay. Not the Pilgrim? Okay. Yeah, I just don't think I can. But so my original idea was I bought some paper clay. I'm trying to be a meticulous. Yes, I am. But I got my grandmother. I was showing them. I got my grandmother's sewing machine going, so I'm extremely happy about that. And I only used it a little bit on here because I just got it working yesterday. So, but I'm gonna have to put this. I'm gonna have to cover that up. Let me see if I can tack that down. So yeah, so I was looking forward. I love historical clothing. So it's like paper mache kind of. It's like, or paper, well, not paper mache. Let me explain. It's like, all right, let me get the package out. It's a sculpting material, and where did I even put it? Yeah, I can't get the package out right now. I have no idea where I put it in this mess. So, but I was going to sculpt Sally and like her face and her hands and stuff. Hi, Grace. But I don't think that that's going to happen now. And because I was also then going to like give her I was going to do a soft body, like an actual ragdoll body with wire and things. But I do not think that I'm going to do that because I just don't want to kill myself. And I have like lots of other dolls I want to sew for. And it's the holidays are coming up, and I'd like to make some holiday clothes. I don't have any holiday clothes for my dolls, and I think that would be really fun to do. So I don't want to like spend a lot of time making a doll right now. So I don't know if I'm going to do Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack Skellington might be easier to do too. Well, I mean, I have all that red hair that I cut off my poor Rainbow High custom that didn't work out. I was going to use that for Sally's hair. But again, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for that one. I might be able to pull off Sexy Pilgrim if I can finish this today. All right, see now it's going faster now that I'm just sewing straight down this opening. I would really like to redo this dress though. Let's say not this dress particularly, but I would like to do a dress like this again for Maleficent with the pattern more refined because it didn't quite turn out. I would like to actually buy some correct lining colors and everything else for it. As you can see, I'm sewing the center line as if this was a coat that she fastened up or a gown, you know, like in the pictures of the original Sleeping Beauty Maleficent. But I didn't really want to add like a long, complicated fastening, so I sewed it most of the way up. You repainted a Monster High and rerouted her. Oh, as Sally? Her hair will not lie flat. Yeah, Alyssa, I'm also in the same boat. I'm still learning how to sew. I've just been doing it for like a year or so. And it's exciting. I don't know. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Jay, what if you can't get it to lie flat? Do you have a steamer at home, like for your clothes? I've been watching There's a drag queen on YouTube that I just love, and she sells wigs, and she styles her wigs on the channel, like, and other wigs. It's just all about wigs and stuff, and it's really, I've actually been picking up a lot of tips on how to do um style of, doll hair or wig hair or whatever, that I was use on. He also collects Barbies. You learned in high school home ec. Oh man, they don't have home ec anymore, do they? I remember home ec. The last time I touched a sewing machine was when I was 12, and I just got my grandma's going, so I'm extremely excited about that because my hands have been killing me lately. I've got a knot, which is what I'm doing here. I sort of wish that they still had home ec. Like, okay, so when I was like little, I thought, oh, this is so lame. Why do we have to do home economics? But now that I'm a grown woman with a kid, I'm like, why don't they have home economics in school anymore? These kids really need to know how to do these things. So, yeah. Cooking and sewing and balancing your checkbook and all the life skills that you need. They don't even teach cursive, and my son doesn't know how to write in cursive because in his elementary and middle school they dropped it. They didn't teach him. So he only knows how to print and use the computer, which I think is ridiculous, but what are you going to do? I was going to try to teach him cursive at home, but yeah, that didn't happen. It was all I could do to get him to do his homework. So, that he wasn't about to do anything extra for mom. I mean, you don't technically need to be able to write in cursive, but sometimes kids who can't write in cursive can't read people's cursive, and of course it's just yeah, isn't that crazy how they just I had a phone call come in when I was driving the other day, and it was information about the medical thing I just had to deal with, and I was like, I put it on speaker, and my son like wrote down all the notes for me on his phone with his thumb. He just texted the notes into his note program on his phone. I mean, he did it so much better than I could have. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really, it's just cursive is so nice, and it makes everybody's signature look so good. And I don't know, it's just sad that it's now an optional thing instead of a requirement. I mean, what would all of our important documents from the old days, like the Declaration of Independence and stuff, look like if they didn't have cursive and everybody signed their and the beautiful signatures, their John Hancocks? What would have, I don't know. Of course, it is more important to learn how to type. So, at this point in life, I suppose. I am so irritated with this stupid knot. I've spent more of my life freaking untangling and unknotting yarn and thread than I care. Oh, shit. I might just have to sew this into it. How far is the knot? Let me see. Did they really? Yeah, it's cursive is much faster. Yeah, I just don't know why. I wish they hadn't gotten rid of cursive. I really do. I mean, it's just so I don't want to be like one of those back in my day. I don't know what these kids are up to these days. I don't want to be like that, but at the same time, come on. Some of this stuff is really important that they're dropping. I thought it was bad enough as an artist when a lot of schools would drop art programs and things like that and only do music or just football, and now they're dropping cursive as well. It's terrible. But they just don't, it's just so complicated. You can't just money and all kinds of stuff. Teaching problems, too many kids in the classroom. It's all, I just try not to get mad at it all. We all need some understanding. Is Rosie learning it? Rosie is so clever, Jay, and she is really talented. I couldn't have done a lot of the stuff I couldn't have didn't make jewelry at her age, and I couldn't have done a face up like that, even though I'm an artist. Like, and the way she speaks and presents her YouTube videos and stuff, she's so mature. She's pretty amazing. She's pretty cute too. She looks just like you, Jay. All right. Does her mom look like you? I mean, is it your son's daughter or your daughter's daughter? I'm not sure how that. I don't know that I ever got that genealogy. Is it your daughter's daughter, or do you have a son and it's your son's daughter, or is she? I shouldn't say it. Jesus. Sorry about that. My throat. No, she really is. If I I only have one child, and it's a son. And if I had a daughter, I would have hoped that she would have been like Rosie, like, so creative and kind. She's your youngest daughter's daughter. Oh, yeah. Yes, Grace. Like, they teach them like 3 different ways to solve problems and stuff too. It's like, and I don't understand. I have like only the one method I learned as a kid. And then I'm like, what are you doing? I still can't get this knot out. I'm going to have to cut it, I think. Because I can't. All right, hold on. Let me unthread this. So maybe I'll get lucky, Jay, and I'll get a granddaughter like Rosie. I was starving for like with one boy in the house. Maybe that's why I'm all doing back into dolls again, because I'm I was starving for little girl stuff, and because I didn't have a little girl, because I only had one child. So, all right, this will have to be thrown away because and I don't want him to have a kids I'm looking forward to grandchildren, but not anytime soon. So I'll just do the doll stuff for me. Yeah, so I was I think it would be cool if I could. Oh, crikey, this is too short now. I can't wait till I get really good with my sewing machine so that I can do all this kind of stuff a lot faster. All right, I'm gonna tie this off, make a new. Aw, Friendsgiving dinner. Bye, Lissa. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. You guys made my afternoon brighter for sure. My husband had to go out of town today, and my son is a teenager and he's busy with his friends on his phone, so normally I like to be alone, but today it's so gray and gloomy. I just thought it would be nice to chat if anybody had some free time. Friendsgiving dinner, that sounds really nice. When is Thanksgiving anyway this year? Look. Where's my calendar? That's my phone. I'm so silly. All right. It doesn't say. Oh, really? Your granddaughter and your son got it. Very cool. Okay, so Thanksgiving is the 25th here in the States. 6 grandkids. Jay, my goodness. We only ever see Dax and Rosie though, right? Like where's the rest of them? Are they in different parts of the country or you just can't see them very often? I don't have any family in the state that I live in, so I understand it's really difficult sometimes. Okay, wait, I lied. I now have a cousin who had used to be in New Jersey and is now in like an hour and a half away from me in the same state, but in Indiana. But with the pandemic, you know. And I have a cousin who's living in Austria right now. A makeup artist? Well, that sounds really cool. Is she a makeup artist for like art, like actual art people and models and stuff like that, or is she for like regular people or both? You see them all regularly, but only Rosie is interested in dolls. By the way, didn't you just say the other day, like on one of your things, that Dax came up and held your face and said that you were gorgeous? That about made my heart just, that is just the cutest thing ever. It totally gave me the squishies. So cute. And I just made another knot in this thread. Holy smokes. Rosie must be in heaven then, in your doll room. My grandmother had a room in the house. We were only allowed in the family room. We were not allowed in the front living room where the grown-ups would go. But she was still really great. The den was really nice. He just, all I ever, you know, I don't know, little boys, they can be just the most adorable. Does Rosie's mom look like you too, Jay? Is she like a mini me of you too? Well, I'm old enough to be a grandma, but I started late, so my son is a freshman in high school. And if he gets somebody pregnant right now, I swear to goodness, that'd be fine. I'd love to have a grandchild, but it's too early. I try. So I never had brothers or anything. So sometimes these boys are just the things that I know what teenage boys are like. And I sometimes I worry. I worry. Your son is the image of his dad. Yeah. And Grace, you have how many children and how many grandchildren, if you don't mind sharing? He has your brain. I'm assuming that's a good thing, Jay. Are you the brains of the family? Yeah, I hope so. I mean, my son he's fine. I'm just kind of being a little, but he is a teenage boy. And the things he and his friends do at school, because they have their phones and stuff, and he comes home, he's, Mom, look, I killed somebody today. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then they were like play fighting, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't know, what's up with you boys? One granddaughter, 2 kids, one granddaughter. There you go, Jay. 2 kids, one granddaughter. I don't know. I don't know what kind of a grandma I'll be. We'll see. If he even has kids, it's okay if he doesn't, I suppose. Have either of you guys tried waxing threads for hand sewing? Because I've about had it with tangling threads. Sawyer is the same age as Rosie. I mean, I think it's just for mostly hand sewing, but see, my thumb's already starting to hurt. My left thumb. I'm probably going to have surgery on that at some point. You want more grandchildren? Well, yeah, it's frustrating, this hand sewing. I mean, I like it. Okay, let me say, I do like it because when you're sitting here watching a movie or something, it's nice, it's relaxing, it's very soothing. But my thread is just like ridiculous. I can't keep it from freaking twisting. I would have been done with this right now if this thread would stop. I should probably just cut it off and start a new thread. Look at it. It's twisted. But I'm sewing too close to the edge for this to work on the machine with my skill level. So I'm trying to hide it underneath because it's not exactly the right color. So I'm trying to hide it underneath the edge, against the edge. Oh, crud. Come on. Why you gotta be like this? Four grandsons and two granddaughters. 8 years old. Yeah. So I'm super new to your channel, Grace, so I haven't seen all of your stuff yet. I think it would be nice to be a grandma and then just send them home with their parents. Spoil them rotten and send them home to their parents. Come on. I might have to cut this thread off. Guess what? I just got another knot, you guys. I swear this dress is cursed. So, Jay, I was able to scrape up. My client didn't pay me in time for the 11/11 sale on AliExpress, but my husband, being the kind man he is, he lent me a little bit of money for that. And I bought one of those little tiny smiling dolls, but this one is like a boy one. So it'll be like a little brother to this one. And I'm super excited. He was like $2 too, with free shipping. I wanted to get more, but if my client had paid me in time, I would have bought it would have been ridiculous how much stuff I bought on that sale. You have a family party tomorrow. Have fun. So Grace, what is I like literally just subscribed to you, like I've only been subscribed to you for a little bit. What is your favorite dolls and stuff? Like, what do you like to collect the most and everything? Yes, another knot. Once I get good at that sewing machine, I'm hoping to be able to make some things, accessories and clothes and stuff for different dolls that I could just like sell to maybe get some more money to get more dolls. But there's no guarantee they'll sell. We'll see. Oh my gosh, really? Holy smokes. No wonder you like to get stuff done. A former Marine? Oh my goodness. So I'm going to be nosy. Were you a Marine? I don't know how old you are, Grace. I'm assuming that with the grandchildren, you're probably my age. Or did you go to like desert? When did you sign up? Were you in Desert Storm and the Iraq stuff, or was it after that? Are you younger than that? I'm 50, so that is amazing. I mean, it's hard enough when a guy goes into the armed services, but then when a woman goes into the Marines, holy cow. I could never. I could never. I mean, not that I don't agree. I just don't think I could have. I don't think I could have hacked it. I don't think I would be strong enough to be a Marine. Wow. 56. So not so my gen. So you're like my generation then. Did you? Yeah. Did you see? Did you actually go see combat action? Were you just or did were you like um were you like running computers and stuff? What were you? What kind of service did you do? Yeah, that's. I just can't even imagine. You must be tough as nails, Grace. Especially back then when it was still like really hard for women in the military. 57 in 2 more weeks, Jay. Jake, it's a birthday. No wonder people have been spoiling you left and right. You were the first female Marine in your hometown. Wow. Oh, this stupid knot. I don't think it's going to come out. This must be garbage thread or something. I've had it forever. But it's not my grandmother's. I actually remembered buying this spool back in the day for a knitting. I had to put some buttons and stuff on a little kid's top I made for a friend, a baby sweater I made for a friend. So why it shouldn't be that old. Yeah, you were a trailblazer. She's tough as nails and a trailblazer. Oh, my mom's checking in on me after my surgery. Tough as nails. All right. This I'm gonna have to work in shorter lengths of thread apparently. So let me figure out how to get this off. Seriously. Grace, I have so much even more respect for you now. Oh crap. And now it's like tangling on the way out too. Son of a bitch. All right. I'm over this. I just want this dress to be done. The first female. Really? Gosh, Grace, you're just like super amazing. Did you always want to kind of do that, or did you just kind of like, you know, with the armed forces and stuff, or did you just kind of fall into it and then, you know, you were good at it, or did you always want to be involved in that kind of stuff? Jay, do you have any big plans for your birthday? Do you have like a big family? Are your kids coming over? Or are you guys still having trouble? Are you going to go out to eat, or is everything locked down where you are? You know? All right, let's start a new thread, and this time I'm going to make it shorter and just tie off when I have to because I can't anymore with this. All right, well, I will delete this live stream off the channel when we sign off, so it's not out there all over the world forever. There's nothing really other than us chatting. I'm not. This isn't a very educational video of me sewing anyway. So, all right. I'm just glad you guys stopped by to cheer me up today. I figure out how to get this back up under here. We will go out to eat, and the kids will come over with the grandkids. Very nice. Very nice. I'm glad that, I don't know, this last 18 months have been hard on everybody, so it's nice that we can all, you know, start seeing each other again and stuff. Getting back to some kind of normal, slowly. Someday, Jay, I'm gonna face my fear of flying. And I want to go back and see my grandmother's hometown where she was raised in England. You know, so if I ever get to do that, I'll have to let you know, and maybe we can like meet up somewhere if it's not too far away. Maybe I could come to you or something, to your area. I know you have been spoiled. It's good. I can't believe that last haul with all those rainbow highs and the AG dolls. She was so pretty. Oh my God, can you believe it? I just got another knot. I just started a new thread. Yeah, I've never been out of the United States before. I've been all over the United States, but I've never been out, and I'm so afraid of flying. The only thing that's going to tempt me, okay, Grace, good to, I won't be too paranoid then, because I don't want to like, you know, get you into trouble or anything. The only place that would tempt me on a plane right now is England. My grandmother comes from a little town, or came from a little village, I think down near Windsor. I think it was called Sunningdale. But, you know, I'd like to go all over the country and see. Gosh, this is coming off. Oh, this isn't straight here. You know, I'd like to see London, and I'd like to go up and see all different parts of the country. It's all so beautiful. I think her people come from the north, like part of her family, they were like part of the, like way back, they were from northern England, and they did sailing, like, you know, like admiralty and stuff like that. So like official Navy stuff, not nobody famous or anything, but so I'd like to go all over England and travel to see. Everybody else in my family's been back to Sunningdale to see my grandmother's hometown, but not me. So that's annoying. Maybe someday. My husband's family's from Italy, so he wants to go there. So I think those are the two places. These are the only two places he can talk me into taking a long flight someday on, because my father worked with he was an aerospace engineer, and yet I'm afraid of air flying. I don't understand it. So you're saying, Grace, if somebody really wanted to find you on the internet, all they'd have to do is Google and they'd find you? If they really wanted to look. Yeah, flying is the worst. You know, when I was little, it used to be great. It was so much fun. We would fly to go stay with my grandparents out in Jersey. And I loved it when I was little, but then I grew up and it's so inconvenient now. The safety stuff, the flights are overcrowded, the food is crap. It used to be kind of glamorous and exciting back in the 70s and 80s, and now it's just a major hassle, and I'm okay when I'm in the air. It's the taking off I'm afraid of. It really freaks me out. Someone commented on your name. What did they say? Are you coming upstairs, Will?
Yeah, hi.
Hi, I'm online. What do you need? Are you stealing my battery?
Yes.
All right, charge that. My son came for my Xbox battery.
Hi.
I'm just chatting with some ladies who like to craft. Did you go ahead and before you get back on that Xbox, make sure that I'm sure the laundry needs to go in the dryer now.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. That's good. That's got to be hard. My cousin, my younger cousin, he's, well, I'm the oldest out of all the cousins on my mother's side. He was in the National Guard, and then he became a police officer, and he had just made full police officer, and he was off duty one night, and he was riding his motorcycle, and he was hit by some guy in a truck who was high on heroin. So, even when he wasn't an active, I don't know, this world is just crazy. But he was just honored. Yesterday was Veterans Day here, and so thank you, Grace, for your service. Was it yesterday? I think or the day before. So yeah, I forgot to just automatically mention thank you for being a veteran, Grace. But his police, he literally only been a full-fledged police officer just for just a few weeks, and they honored him on Veterans Day on their Facebook page. The city police did. So he was really young too. I don't even know I think he was just about to turn 30. It was tragic. All right, I'm coming to the end of this row. Your husband's from New Jersey. Yay. Whoop. Oh, I love New Jersey. The last of my mom's family moved away from Jersey, and 2 years ago now, and so I no longer have a reason to go to Jersey. Which is sad because I love New Jersey and I love the food there and I like the beaches, like the shore. I like the whole culture in New Jersey. A lot of people don't, but yeah, my husband's half Italian, and his father is first generation. My father-in-law, who is no longer with us, but so, and we have an Italian last name, even though I'm not Italian at all. My son is only a quarter Italian, but he's got that Italian last name, so I miss the Italian food from New Jersey. I gotta tell you, the best of the best of the best Italian food, probably outside of Italy. In one county. Jay, is your husband, is he a farmer? You said before, like that he goes, it's harvest time and stuff. What do you guys grow on your property there? I saw a story a few weeks ago that said that because of Brexit, it's really hard for the UK to get like uh, authentic Italian stuff in there. And so, well, Brexit's being sorted and stuff. And so a lot of Brits were turning to American Italian. And so then the Italian government said, yeah, no, American Italian isn't real Italian food. So I thought that was pretty funny. All right, I'm going to cut the end of this off. I'm going to leave myself a bit so I can tuck it under with some glue. I still have to go up the whole backside now. Bury my tail. I'll show you what it looks like. Nothing exciting. Ooh, sugar beets. Yum yum. I love beets. All right. So I should have, so see, it's all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully better. Oh, wait, no, because I have to sew up the back side of this first. Ugh. There's a YouTube channel, Jay, um, called Pasta Grannies, and I watch that sometimes, where they go and they follow really old Italian ladies making homemade Italian food from their particular regions where they live, and it looks so yummy. Most of it's done with like these like old ladies. They're in like their 80s and their 90s, and they're still out there hand rolling fresh pasta. Can't even believe it. I think I might make a Yorkshire pudding for Christmas this year. I was vegan and now I'm sort of more vegetarian, so I think on special occasions I could have, I haven't had a Yorkshire pudding in so long. I feel like I should. I used to always have roast beef and Yorkshire pudding, but I don't do the roast beef anymore. Hey, Lissa's back. They moved to Jersey. Yeah. Lissa, oh, you're in Staten Island, so that's what you just said. Yeah, listen, I was saying I miss that area. My family's from Jersey. Gosh, it's running. Dang it. And I miss the food there. My mom's side of the family's from Jersey anyway. My grandfather used to work in New York as a cameraman for CBS for his entire career. So I am very familiar with that area and I really like it, but now I have no reason to go back because everybody's left it now. They moved somewhere warmer. This is awkward to hold. I should have really done this differently. Oh, yeah. Seriously, there is nothing like, and everywhere everywhere they lived, there was always an Italian deli, and it was always amazing. Nothing like that out here in frickin' Indiana. Oh yeah, the bagels are to die for. Yep. Oh, you're drying your hair. So, are you guys doing the full are your friends doing all turkey and everything today? Is that what you're doing, Lissa? I used to go see my grandmother. She lived down on the Jersey Shore, and I would take the bus up to New York. And I had a college friend that lived in Hell's Kitchen for a while. And I would go up there and see her, and then I'd get to catch a Broadway matinee. It was really great. That was when I was in my 20s and You're making weird stuff. What kind of weird stuff? They're like, you're just going to be thankful for whatever we give you, Lissa. It is Thanksgiving. Thanks, friend giving. I'm going to make you thank us for this weird food. This is taking forever, you guys. Thank you for relieving my tediousness. I don't know. There's something very old school about sitting around with girls chatting and sewing. Pumpkin lasagna with tomato sauce and turkey meatloaf. Pumpkin lasagna. Okay, well, the turkey meatloaf is going to be amazing because before I went vegetarian, I used to make that all the time, and it's amazing. I don't know about pumpkin lasagna though. Are the noodles pumpkin or are they? That one does sound quite interesting, but meatloaf is yum yum yum. In fact, I'm sure my husband would freaking. I haven't. I'm the only one in the family that went vegetarian, so I haven't cooked anything like that for him in a long several years. He'd probably freaking if he came home to a turkey meatloaf, he'd probably like stand there with his mouth open and say, "Who are you and what did you do with my wife?" So, yeah, turkey meatloaf's really good. You just make it like like a beef one. You just use ground turkey instead of ground beef. Well, I don't blame you, Grace. I mean, the life that you've led is did have to be careful. I have not had any luck thrifting around here, Grace, in my area. I don't know what's going on, but every time I go look, we don't have any good thrift shops here anymore. We used to have a Catholic one that was so awesome. But they shut it down. Lissa, I did want to ask you about your writing at some point because I've heard you mention it a couple of times in your videos, and I am I belong to the Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators, and I've been dabbling in writing for a million years. So I'm always curious to chat with other writers and love talking writing. So I belong to a long-standing writers group. We've been meeting for a long time, and Is your book available on Amazon anywhere, or is it just something, did you get it published or did you self-publish it? Is it just sitting in a drawer or a computer file? The other day I looked at one of Tammy Polly's videos, and she had a book that she had written, a novel, on Amazon linked in her underneath her video, and I went and bought it. I'm not done with it yet, but she's a really good writer too. She's really good. I can't believe how talented everybody in this group, this Dolly community is, you know? Is it, oh, an author house. Okay. Is it under your, what's the title of it? I'll look it up. I like to support, I love to support. Yeah, if you look at Tammy's, like, um, well, first of all, Lisa, tell me the name of your book. And then secondly, yeah, if you go under, I don't know which, it was one of her like last videos in the last week or so, she had linked her Amazon book, and she has an author page with a bunch of jewelry books that she did on Amazon with publishing, with some publishers and stuff. But I hadn't seen her link that stuff underneath her videos before, and so I went, and it's in Barnes and Noble online. Okay. And so I went and looked it up because I love to support, you know. Do you have it linked in your bio somewhere, or do you just? Okay. I've even though I don't have any like novels or anything published, I do have a bunch of coloring books that I've done on Amazon, and I've also helped people, I help people edit and lay out their books for publication on Amazon and stuff. But I have many, many works in progresses on my computer, just sitting over here. I was going to do NaNoWriMo this month, but it's just, I try it every year. You talk about it on, and I don't know if I'm subscribed. What is your other channel, Lissa? Faithful Lissa. Okay. All right. Yes, I'm going to have to go like stalk your stuff now. Figure it out. I'm going to go stalk you now, Lissa. I hope you don't mind. No, but I mean, I just love to support fellow creatives. So, is memoir the thing that you like to write the most, or do you work in, like, do you do fiction and stuff too? All right, we're getting there on this. You know, when I made this little when I first I made a shirt to go under this, just in white, just to be like to protect her skin, the maleficent skin, from staining. And she actually looked quite cute. It was like a little turtleneck, like a little white ribbed turtleneck. She actually looked pretty cute. Inspirational mostly in starting a child friend book series. Okay. So you write and now you're sewing and collecting dolls. My goodness. Yeah, I've learned so much in since I found this dolly group. I've learned so much about dolls and sewing tips, and I don't know. I think this group has gotten me, definitely helped get me through this past year with all the crap that's been going on in the world. So I always like to say thankful to any of you guys who come by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Getting my serotonin flowing again, getting my creativity back. I really appreciate it. I hadn't crafted in so long, and then I found Jay and Marna and everybody else, and I feel much better now as far as my crafting and stuff goes. You've inspired me to get my grandmother's sewing machine down off the shelf and fire it up, so, which I know she would have loved. Yeah, that's one of my major problems. It really does help to have lots of projects and new things. It keeps the brain stimulated and the serotonin levels up, and of course, seeing so many cute dolls, how can you not just smile? And everybody shows off their such cute dolls. I don't know. I don't watch a lot. I mean, I watch some of the collector people, but I'm not, I really, that have big followings and stuff, but I'm really more interested in like the people that craft. Yeah. Because I don't buy dolls just to keep them, to have them as a collector. Yeah, if anybody would do, you would be a good candidate for a memoir, I think, Grace, just because of the job. Like that must have been, oh, I mean, mansplaining and stuff in regular life is bad enough, but have to do it in your profession would have been just frustrating as all heck. And especially being a trailblazer like you were. Lissa, yeah, I don't know. I try really hard as the mother of a son to make sure he doesn't do that kind of crap. See, God, Grace, you're just so tough. I don't know. I would have, I couldn't have done it. It's amazing. You seem like an amazingly strong person. Yeah, it's so funny. We like take two steps forward and every year, and like it seems like two steps back half the time as far as social progression in women's rights. And yeah, I play a lot of Xbox, and I play a first person shooter game on there. It's like a multiplayer because I am an adolescent at heart. And the young men on there are so toxic and disgusting. I can't even. I don't know how. I don't know. I get toxic and disgusting on there too. My son, I'm sure, does too. I try not to though, but it's really hard because everybody's so hateful. Especially the young men. I don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't know what to do. Just everybody's like that all over the world. Impatient, angry, upset, selfish. Yeah. We seem to be fighting the same back. I mean, how many times do we have to fight for equal rights, right? For women and everybody else. It's I don't know. I keep having faith in our young in this generation, in our my son and your grandkids' generation. I feel, they're growing up in such a okay, Jay, testosterone, I agree with, because what is testosterone is like it poisons their brain to be aggressive. That's like what it's supposed to do. So maybe that's the problem. Yeah, it's true. And then a lot of not very good role model fathers around and oh, Grace, you are tough. I mean, you're still here, right? You're still here. You still have a family. You're still here to enjoy the dolls and your grandkids and so you might be broken, but you're not you might be yeah. I mean, I get it though. Frick, I couldn't. I get it. I'm glad you're still here and I'm glad you found us dolly people and that we can cheer each other up when we need it with cool doll stuff and crafting and it's just so hard. The last 18 months too, we were all shut up. We've all been shut up. People that we've known, I've lost, with the pandemic and people getting sick, losing people. It's been rough. And having job stress on top of that, I can't even. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Jay. She seems like amazing, doesn't she? Amazing woman. The bravery that you even stepped into those fields in the first place. It was very not common back when we were young. It's a lot more common now, but ugh, this is hurting me because I'm going through a really. All right, we're almost done with this one line. You guys, I think I might. My mom had texted me to find out how I had done after my surgery, so I think when I get this finished, I probably should sign off and call her back. She's probably worried about me. I'm fine, though. So, I mean, I'm recovering. The soreness and the symptoms of the surgery are starting to go back down, so it was just minor. Hopefully, it doesn't lead to anything major. Is that true, Grace? Aw. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I was just talking to myself for the first 30 minutes. It was okay if nobody showed up. I don't, I just turned it on. I don't announce these things. I just turn it on and if anybody happens to be around, it's cool. But it was really nice that you guys were around today and oh, Grace. Well, we'll just keep the videos and the challenges coming and the lives and live streams and just have some good fun. Almost done. I'm right at the top. So hopefully I'll finish this up later and then I can put my Maleficent video up. Um, and then you guys can see how it turned out. But yeah, I might make another one. I might be some nicer fabrics and do this again. Absolutely, Grace. Trying to thread a needle again, guys. Gotta finish this row. Oh my god. It's killing me. It's killing me. There we go. I kind of don't want to turn off the thing until Lissa said she was going to come back. I want to say goodbye. I don't want to just like shut it off and know that saying goodbye to her. So I will, Jay. I'll do the proper Mean Maleficent video on it when it's done. So no, 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 Grace. Anytime. Anytime, Grace. You didn't make it about you. We're all sharing here. You did not monopolize. The only person that monopolized this stream was me. So yeah, go play with those awesome grandkids and enjoy your weekend. Yep. Oh, crap. I really don't want to have to make a new thread just for like half an inch's worth of stuff. Bye, Grace. Oh, now I do have to mute because my husband's calling me. Hold on a second. Okay, so now I have to call my mother and I have to call my husband back because he's coming home from his trip out of town. So I am going to have to cut it off now, and I guess I won't be able to say goodbye to Joy. That makes me sad. Ladies, thank you again for, I'm going to leave a message in the chat, though, in case she comes back and sees it. Really do appreciate you stopping by and keeping me company this afternoon. I was feeling like I needed company, so I really appreciate it. I have to sign off and make a couple of phone calls. Put that in there in case Melissa comes back and my screen is there, but the chat is there. So, enjoy your day tomorrow, Jay, and I hope you get spoiled before your birthday again, so I can see more cool stuff. I'll try to send that out to your friends in the universe. Send Jay more dolls. So. All right, I'm going to call it. You too, Jay. Bye, Grace. Bye, Lissa. Thank you so much.